Well, good evening, and God bless everyone on another great day that God has made, as well as another excited, anointed edition of Reliable Sources. I'm Dr. Milton C. Woods here with my co host, my third born, Brother Terrence Woods. And Terrence, you can holler at the people.
Hello, how's everybody doing today? Hope you're having a great evening, great afternoon, however you want to call it. We'll have a good day today. We got back on the topic of success again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also, I just want to stress enough again. Please, y'all, get your comments in quickly as possible so we can get to them. Because around about 10 to 5 minutes at the end of the program, last words with Bishop.
Yes, and we're thank you, T. We're excited about it. And again, T, what episode is this? Like, wow, we got. I think we have three more. I mentioned in church yesterday. I think I said we had two more.
At least two more.
Yeah, but I think we got three more, and we'll be done with reliable sources for the year. Man, time went by really fast,
Yep.
and we have an accredited Bible college, and so. On Mondays, our attentions will be given to our Bible college. And so we're so grateful to God for that as well. And then, man, and we got so many topics that I need to find a way to deal with it. Preferably, we can wrap up dealing with success today because we want to start talking about different kinds of spirits and how people are motivated by different kinds of spirits, and sometimes they don't even know it. And so we want to be sharing all of these things with you guys because sometimes we're always motivated. Sometimes you're motivated by the spirit that's in people, and then we want to talk about laying on of hands and the power of that. But tonight, that's for next week, Lord willing. But tonight, we're going to try and wrap up with what it means to be successful. Matter of fact, the Bible calls it good success. And on last week, we talked about how um, God told us that this book of the law should not depart out of thy mouth. We should meditate therein both day and night. Then he says our way will be made prosperous, so we can see God wants us to prosper. And then we should obtain good success. And in the book of Hebrews, it talks about the fourth chapter. It talks about how the word did not prosper them because it was not mixed with faith in the ears of them that heard it. So we see that God wants us to be successful, then God wants us to prosper. And then he also says in the book of Timothy, beloved, I wish above all things that you would prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prosper. So we want to wrap up dealing with good success on tonight, and then on next week you gotta be for the closing out of divers and different types of spirits. We're going to be dealing with all of that starting next week, and we're going to be closing out because you'll be surprised what kind of spirits we possess and how nowadays everyone is either on television or they have some kind of social media platform,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just prophesying to people. The people think they're prophesying. They don't know the difference between the move of the Spirit of God, the move of the Spirit of the devil, and the move of their emotions. And so we're going to be tying all of that in on next week. But right now, we want to be dealing with being successful. I want you on, and I know y'all gave some great ideas and great comments.
Last was definitely
Oh
y'all
my
definitely
God.
y'all definitely
Yeah,
was
y'all was so on point. And I mean, and so we want to pick it up from there, T. Maybe you or I can start talking about it, but what does success mean to you? And again, we greet everybody. So glad for everybody that's chiming in. What does success mean to you? Now, remember, we need to get your opinion. We need your thought. We need to get smarter because right around 7:58, you come in with your comments. It's too late. We're closing out at 8 o'clock. So, preferably you that are hearing me, I know you're coming in. Do your best, do your utmost to get in here before time, or at least on time,
Yeah. I see
so
the
we could
view
do
count.
that.
I see y'all watching out there. Come
Yeah.
on in here. But I hope I say this word right. is it endorphins?
Endorphins, yeah.
I got it right.
Yeah.
Y'all know how long I'm struggling to get that right. But to me, I feel like what success means to me is not just getting bigger goals, it's the smaller goals. We get that small goals. Okay, let's get to the bigger goals. I feel like it's like it gives me hum, like it give me pipe. I mean, give me hyped. I should
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I got these smaller goals done. Cool. Now let's go. Let's go ahead. Like I said, I reached my I guess to say like your time, not your time limit, but your like it's like I'm gonna do it this day. Then let's hope this day I have like you reaching your smaller goals.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, those endorphins kick
Yes.
in. Today I had some challenging things
Mm.
that I had to get done, and I pretty much got them all done, and they all didn't work in the way I wanted to. But my endorphins kicked in for the simple fact that I was able to deal with some things that I needed to deal with, and that was really good. So again, we're talking about what does success mean to you? And listen, dear hearts, I got to tell y'all this again.
Mhm.
Next week, Lord willing, we're going to be wrapping up dealing with spirits, all kinds of spirits. You're going to leave out of here knowing the difference between the spirit of God, the spirit of the devil, and your own emotions. We're going to be dealing with all of that starting next week because sometimes our emotions, because our emotions sometimes can make us feel good.
Right.
We think it's the spirit of God, and it's nothing more than our emotions. And then sometimes we don't realize how slick and how deceptive and deceitful the devil is. And I've heard people calling him he's dumb and idiotic, and devil's not dumb, y'all. He's not dumb. He's been here decades before you and I. We're no match for him without God.
Yeah.
But that's next week. We're gonna deal with that on next week. But today we want to wrap up with success. What is success? What does success mean to you? Now remember, to me now, it varies. It's a vast definition because success means different things to different people. And I think where we get lost in the sauce, we try to make other people's success be our success. And as a result, we never reach it because that's not our success, that's theirs. And we're trying to obtain something that they have instead of trying to obtain what God has ordained for us to obtain.
People so many times. Well, y'all know me. My favorite YouTuber is Corey S. Kitchen. To me, he's one of the biggest, not just the biggest black YouTuber, but the biggest YouTuber star out there. And I see a lot of people instead of learning from it, glean from it, they try to do what he does, and hopefully they can get it, and hope he get that success. We can't live our lives through other people, guys.
That's right.
We
That's
can't
right.
because
That's right.
right there, we miss our goals right then. Like it's nothing wrong learning from them and see how they would like maybe tie it into what you're trying to do, but don't let what this person does overtake what you're trying to do.
Yeah, because if you do that also, what you do many times is you'll hit a wall
Yeah.
because it's not your vision or your goal. And then also, I was preaching about it yesterday. Sometime we have to course correct. I was bringing out how the goal for the four that buried their paralytic friend,
Mhm.
the goal was to get him to Jesus,
Yeah.
and they went the conventional way, the door, and the Bible said they couldn't get near the door. Now they could have easily said, "Well, we tried, man. We're gonna go on back home,"
Yeah.
and it would have been a different testimony in the Bible. But what they did, they didn't change the goal; they changed the course.
I changed the angle of it.
They instead of trying to go to the door, they say we're gonna do this another way.
Yeah.
But we keep the goal the same.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of people fail at. I know I have done it in the past because the route or the course that I take for a certain goal, it doesn't work.
Right.
And because it's not working, I'll say, well, maybe I'm not supposed to do that
Right.
instead of seeing if there's another way that I can get it accomplished. So I think that's very important. I see we got some comments coming in,
Thank y'all.
and we want to respond to that.
All right, we start off with Trin. She says, "Success to me, as I told you, is fully accomplishing any goal you have set for
Yeah.
yourself. The way God tells you to, not the way of others or the world tells you to."
Amen. And I like what she said. To fully
fully.
accomplished. You're not hitting and missing. You're not doing part of it. It was a church in Inkster. Let me say this real quick too. Please hit the share button.
All right.
YouTubers, subscribe. You're there. Let us know you're there. Share this so other folk can get involved. I remember I was staying in Inkster in the early 70s. And I remember it was a church. Now, this was big then. It ain't big now. But it took them $1 million to build this church. It's right on Inkster Road and Michigan Avenue. And it was sort of back a little bit. But it was a beautiful facility. And the church caught on fire and burned down, unfortunately. And it was like one of the iconic buildings in the city of Inkster at the time. And I don't know, was it insurance problems or what, but they started back building the church and never completed it. And so it became, to this day, it's still there. Now, this was in the 70s I'm talking about. So they got part of the walls up and tore it down. Now is nothing, not even a shell, but the cement block that it stood on is there. And you can see where they tried to put it back together. My point of emphasis is they went about it the wrong way. And when you do things, go about it the wrong way, you don't have the appropriate counseling. It can be devastating, and so we don't glory in that. We don't get glad about that. We pray for them, and we use certain things like that as an example to what Trinity said. She said, "You fully accomplish the goal that you set out for." I think that's very important. All right, we got some more coming in, T.
We got one from Victor. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? He said, "Hey, Bishop, I feel like success is achieving a life that you're proud of, not simply reaching the goals, but becoming the person you want to be while having a purpose, fulfillment, peace of mind."
It's great, Vic. I love it.
Good,
I love it, man.
Real good, man.
And I love the way he concluded with a peace of mind. To me, people minimize, trivialize, underestimate the importance of having a peace of mind, man. I mean, you can't buy it. I'm serious. Now, money can't buy you peace. Peace, real, genuine peace, number one, only comes from God. And then knowing your purpose and knowing what you need to be content with versus what you need to be satisfied with. Some things that people need to be satisfied with, they allow themselves to be content or less than content. And so they're always pursuing more and they don't know how to appreciate what they already have. But another message, another topic, another time. All right, what do we got here?
We got who else? Okay, we got here from Stephanie. She says, success means living a God-led life, maintaining a teachable spirit, walking in wisdom, and protecting my peace at all times.
There you go. And I noticed she got the word peace capitalized. Now that's success to her. To someone else, they'd be like, man, please, no. Remember, you're carving out or you're finding out what success is to you, not what it is to me. I have my own degree or my own things that bring success, that bring peace to me, and it could be different than you. And this is what we got to learn how to concentrate on and focus on, not allowing what other folk have, do, or become to make it yours if it's not for you.
Right.
All right. What else we got here, T? Thank you. That's good stuff. We appreciate the stuff.
Anthony Roberts, adding to prayer. So Anthony, I just linked our website to your comment. So please go to our website, BDTI Life. I replied to you. So go there, add your name to the prayer list.
Yes.
And we take care and we read.
We got you. We definitely have you. Yep. Yes.
All right. Anyway, so moving on, we got cousin Keisha. She says, success to me is accomplishing your natural spiritual goals with God as your navigational guide without stress or worry.
Again, man, this is some good stuff, and that is so accurate and so true. And so now, how Keisha got a very good point, and I'm in total agreement with you. But how do I do that, Keisha? How do I accomplish my goals spiritually and naturally?
Mhm.
Uh, Obviously, she says with God as your navigational guide without stress or worry. That really is it. But there'll be some people that they don't know how to decipher, or let me say it like this: they don't know how to differentiate the two. They don't know how to separate. You know, how can I doing it without stress and without worry? So how I would maybe you can tell me how do I navigate? How do I get stress and worry out of the way? I can tell you one thing, and then we'll keep moving from
Mhm.
there. Is that we do not we start and stop too much.
That's definitely one.
Start and stop. I
Yeah.
mean, too much. I mean, that's spiritually and naturally.
Yeah.
If you're always starting and stopping, you ain't gonna never reach your goals. But go ahead, T.
Besides that's gonna be my number one. Was starting and stopping. I think number two is we can't worry about things that we can't control.
Absolutely.
I think the more time we worry about that, or dare I say, worry about the voice of what people say, because we can't. As somebody who's dealt with that, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you can't worry about. Again, here's the thing: whatever your goal is, whatever you're trying to do, you're not going to please anybody. So the best way to do is do it. Ask God for wisdom and do it for yourself. And
Yeah.
like some
Yeah.
people, like I told Jaleel one day, one of my old videos. It's up like to like over 1,000 views. I'm like, this video like 18 years old. People watch it. I was like, you know what? I'm not complaining. It's like this is getting me more out there. So,
Mm.
like let's say for instance, y'all, I know, like if it don't hit right then and there, and they don't hit to your liking, don't stop. Don't stop what your goal. Don't stop what you're doing. Keep pushing because you never know who's watching you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things that I find out that helps me a lot is when I put a date, a
Mm,
timetable, a completion date on something. That really helps you to stay focused. I know it does with me. It helps me to stay focused. It helps me to stay on track
yeah.
because I'm trying to meet this deadline. And I think that would help us, go or make you do when you don't want to do, make you go when you don't want to go. Also, what it does to me also is, it make you focus
Right.
because I gotta pay attention, and maybe I need to course correct, as I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to go another route. Maybe I need to try something different. But if you haven't tried that, try that. And then if you don't consistently write things down, write things down. One of the things that I do, and I want to do it even more. The last place normally that I'm in before I go to bed is the office here at home, and the first thing that I'm normally in is the office here at home because I'll write something down that I need to do tomorrow. And then tomorrow when I get up, I'll come in and see, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? Because you need focus and you need directions. And if you don't do it, you're never going to be successful. You got to have focus. Then you got to have something to motivate you to do it. And it can't be other people.
Yeah.
I mean, to a certain extent, you can use the motivation of other people, but the reason a lot of us don't do other things, we're not do the things we're supposed to do. We're not really motivated to do it. We're motivated by other people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got more
Yeah.
more
We
comments.
got one from Stephanie. She comes back saying we have to fully
Yep,
trust God to handle the things we can't see or
that's
control.
right.
We go back to what we were saying earlier.
Yeah,
Like you can't worry about like if you can control it, cool. I mean, still we can, but there's things beyond your control, like people. Don't worry about it.
now check this out. And I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned this a month or so ago, and
Mm-hmm.
it bears repeating. If I can control it, why worry about it?
That's true.
Control it.
Yeah.
If I can't control it, why worry about it?
Right.
I can't control it. So you need the same energy and attitude. If I can control it, don't worry, control it.
Yep.
If I can't control it, don't worry about it because I can't control it.
Right.
And I mean, I know it's a simple statement, but it's really powerful, and it's true. And so anyway, when we get to talking about spirits next week, one of the things we're going to talk about is the spirit of truth,
Mhm.
because that helps us accomplish goals when you're being truthful with yourself. If you don't have the spirit of truth in you, which is the Holy Ghost, it's going to be hard for you to be true to yourself. All right, what else we got?
We have one for Sister Marcinda. She said, first of all, I leave people that bring on stress alone.
Yep,
Worrying
yep,
only makes things worse and brings on more stress.
yep. And you're absolutely right. That's something all of us should be doing. If we're not, it's something we definitely should do. Because you're just adding stress to the equation. All right, what else we got, T?
Cousin Keisha comes with us saying we have to keep going. We have to keep going for it because if you stop, then procrastination kicks in, and then you just get off track.
Yeah. And a good thing, thank you for that, daughter Tammy. A good thing we need to do is learn how to no, Tammy made a comment.
I see. All right.
One thing we gotta learn how to do is police ourselves.
Yeah.
We all need to do a better job of policing ourselves, because if we man, why? And I see this too often. By me being a pastor, I'm always dealing with all kind of people, saved, unsaved, so-called, I guess for lack of a better word, celebrities, non-celebrities, up and out, down and out, everybody, cousins, family, siblings, nieces, people are not honest with themselves. If I ain't honest with me, I'm not gonna be honest with you, and I'm not gonna be honest with y'all. And I don't know why people. I mean, being honest with yourself, you're gonna see things about yourself that you're not gonna like, or you're gonna see why you're not more successful. Remember now, we're talking about being successful.
Mhm.
When you're examining yourself, you find out certain things that you depend on other people to do, you should be doing.
Mm.
And then when you examine yourself, you definitely find this out. You find out that some things I don't feel like doing, but it need to be done. Just because I don't feel like doing something does not mean it does not need to be done. And so what we do, and Keisha Mick touched on it. So what we do, if we don't feel like doing it, we procrastinate. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. Then we forget, because like the Bible say, every day has its own challenges. Every day there are some things that happened to me today that I didn't think was going to happen. That pretty much happens every day with all of us. Things are added to our to-do list that we didn't think was going to be added to it. So that's why we need to discipline ourselves. And one of the definitions of discipline to me is doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. And once we do that, we'll be fine. All right, go ahead, T. We got more stuff coming
That's
in.
it. But I just want to touch up. I like what Cousin Keisha said. Procrastinating is definitely one thing that hurts the success
Yeah,
because
yeah,
if we don't really kick it in a gear, you may miss that deadline. You may miss that goal. No,
yeah.
we can't let procrastination hold us back or ourselves hold us back.
And we have to be alert enough to realize
Yep.
that every day brings about a change. And we don't want an accumulation of days or time to come, then to be able to look and say, oh, I should have done this
Right.
a month ago,
Right.
3 months ago, because we weren't really focused like we should be focused. Very important that we do that, y'all, and set them deadlines. Okay, go ahead.
I believe that's it for right now. So
Okay.
Martin said, "Ooh, me too."
Yeah, we're getting smarter. Y'all are really helping me move forward and get better. If I get better for me, then I'll be better for everyone else. But if I'm getting better, and we reverse it sometime, we try to get better for other people.
Right, right,
And that's only going to last for so long because, and your motivation is only going to last for so, because you're not doing it for you.
right, right.
You're doing it for other people. So it's vitally important that we learn how to press forward, but we're pressing forward for ourselves. I want to be better because the capacity to be better is in me. And being better or working on me being better is a level of peace for me, you know. And if I got, if I'm at peace with me, then obviously I can be at peace with other people. If I'm honest with me, then I can be honest with other people. But when you can't be honest with yourself, and you know what, I watch T sometime.
Hmm.
I watch politicians, and they are really political.
Yeah.
They know how to dance around questions. And if you're not sharp, you won't realize that they didn't answer your question
Right.
because they know how to what they call filibust. In other words, they can give you such a good response, not an answer.
Right.
They don't answer the question, but they'll give you such a good response. The response will make you respond to the response and forget they didn't answer your question.
Mhm.
So my point of emphasis is, yeah, folk like that are in the church.
Yeah.
They know how to dance around certain issues and certain questions and give you such a good response and never answer the question until you don't know that they didn't answer it.
Right.
And then at the same time, they're not getting any better
Right.
because they're not being honest with themselves. To be honest with yourself and tell the truth on yourself, it hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
To admit that we were wrong, it hurts.
Yeah.
And notice the language that I'm using, hurt. I'm not saying, when something hurt, it hurt. I mean, it's painful. But in order to grow in God and to grow in life, we'll have to examine ourselves and realize when we're on the right road and when we're not. So, really, do you really know what success is to you?
Mhm.
Do you really know, or are you just plastering stuff? Are you just repeating what someone else says? Or do you really know what success is to you? God bless you, Sister Peggy Boone.
We got a couple comments right through.
Let's hit the comments.
Stephanie Goff was saying, keeping a handle on my emotion when things go low helps me to be more successful as well.
So we read that again.
Keeping a handle on my emotion when things go low helps me to be successful as well.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, Steph could tell all of us she grew into that.
Hmm.
That wasn't something that just happened overnight. She grew into it. Anything that we do that's acceptable in the eyes of God, anything we do and we do it well, if it's acceptable in the eyes of God, it got to be acceptable to us.
Right.
You grew into that. That's not something that just happened overnight. Like when Jesus asked the disciples,
Right.
"Who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" And they all gave their opinion. Then he said, "Well, who do you say that I am?" Peter said, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." And then Jesus' response was, "Flesh and blood, like you didn't learn that in school, that was revealed to you by God." So that meant you grew into it while you were seeking the Lord. So you got. So if my point of emphasis, if you're not growing, or if you're not receiving or getting the response that you really want, keep growing. It's
Yeah.
going to kick in after a while. All right, what else we got,
We
T?
got from Sister Tanya. She says, yes, I agree, Bishop. Being honest with yourself is a great success.
Yes, really is, y'all. And we downplay it. We
Yeah,
we
yeah,
we downplay it. And one of the things that you do when you be honest with yourself, you'll notice a pattern that's not good. You keep doing this pattern, and then you'll notice it. But if you don't say, "Hey, I should be then grown past this now," or "This shouldn't bother me anymore," if you don't grow past it, you're gonna keep repeating it, and then after a while, you accept it, and you should never accept wrong or shortcomings. All right, what do we have, T?
Mr. Rick Martin, he comes with a saying, they put a spin on it.
Yep.
It comes from sorry
Yep.
for Sister Kenyatta, excuse me.
Yep, they definitely do. They put a spin on it. Yep.
To me, success is consistently accomplishing a set goal or mission. Focus on the consistency and are key components of being successful.
She hit the hammer on the nail. Consistency. Consistency. You're consistently pursuing it. Um, you're persistent.
Mm-hmm.
You're determined. And whenever you're persistent, consistent, and determined, which they're all like first cousins, you're gonna find a way to get it accomplished. If you're not doing that, because when you're doing that, when you're consistent, you're focused. And when you're focused, you're gonna get some stuff done. Because you're gonna find a way to get it done because you're consistent, you're persistent, you're determined, which focus is right in the midst of all of that. And you're gonna get some things accomplished. Thank you for that, daughter. That's good stuff. All right, what else we got, T?
Because cousin Keisha comes up saying, if I ask someone a question and they avoid it,
Yeah.
I go to the subject they change to then ask my questions. I would know it. That's how
I like
that's how
that.
you gotta
Yeah.
do it.
You're not getting in the way. I do that too. You're not getting in the way. Answer the question.
All right.
And if I had to keep saying answer the question, okay, well, I get it. You don't want to answer it. But I want you to know I didn't forget what I asked
Right,
you.
right.
Good stuff again. Thanks, Keisha. All right, what else we got?
Sister Martina come with us saying, I tell on myself because I tell the truth about myself. Not going to twist my words, that's growth.
Yeah, it really is. It really is because if you see yourself, when I say you, I mean any of us, in an ugly light or a bad light, and you see yourself like that, then you know other people see you like that. And you don't want to be seen like that again. I don't want people to keep seeing the bad in me,
Right.
the worst in me. I don't want them to keep seeing that, you know. And Bishop Marvin Sapp had out a great song. He said, the people see the worst in me, but God saw the best in me. Well, I need to make sure that I don't let the people keep seeing the worst in me.
Mm-hmm.
God always gonna see the best in us. But now it's up to me to acknowledge that I got some stuff in me that people keep seeing. If they keep telling me,
Right.
that you're a liar, then I'm lying. So I got to find a way to get rid of that. All right. Thank you, though. Good stuff, Marcinda. Love it. What else we got?
So the kid come with us saying, being successful to me is knowing first of all that you are not perfect.
Yep.
Most successful people never get and or reach your goal on the first try. It takes constantly
stuff.
not giving up or giving into negative thoughts or words. Spiritually is passing a test or tests that you're gone through or over and over again. When it no longer bothers you,
Yeah.
then you know you fully passed it successfully.
I like that, and I like even what you can concluded with successfully, but you're not going to do it on the first time. Sometime the second, the third, the 20th, the 50th, but you're aware of it and you're working on it,
Right.
and eventually it's going to get done. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Anyone successful or have great success, good success, it's like Kiki said. Number one, you got some failures. I think I told you the other last week. President Barack Obama, he has a section in his presidential library, and he just completed it a month or so ago, to where he tell all of his failures. I heard him say, and it shocked some people. It didn't shock me. He was talking to some young people. He said, "Hey, I'm just like y'all." He said, I smoked weed and party, and did what I did,
And
and
try to hang it over.
and yeah, but the point he was making is,
Right,
if I'm admitting to something I've done, you can't hang it over my head. I'm telling you, I'm telling you before you tell me.
Right.
I done it, and that's what he was doing. He was saying that I did all this before I became successful.
Yeah.
So you're going to make bad choices. You're going to make bad decisions. You're going to fall. And anyone that's successful, they got failure stories to tell you about. That's good, Kiki. And they didn't make it by themselves.
Right.
Nobody made it to the top without a push, a pull, a tug, or some kind of way to make it. Somebody was on that rope pulling you up. Somebody was behind you pushing you up. And I mean that could have been with words, finances, whatever the case may be. But thank you. That's good. All right. What else we got?
Sister Tanya Cosmo is saying success is not always monetary. Sometimes
That's right.
getting through the day without being overwhelmed or stressed. stressed out by people or keeping your composure and your salvation.
So good. It's so good. It's not always finances. It's getting stuff done. It's staying safe. And she brought out a point. Y'all was still in baby heaven, but they used to sing a song when they would testify. They testify. Then it turned into a song. But the testimony was just another day that the Lord had kept me. That was success to them. And as I started living for the Lord, I started seeing there are traps of sin or potholes of failure that you can fall in every day. So when they come to church, it's pretty much the end of the day. They say it's just another day that the Lord has kept me. So that is a sign of success. You made it through a day, amen, without sin and shame. All right, thank you, daughter Tanya. What else we got?
If he comes up saying, "Yes, sir, I believe God is maturing me
Yep.
His word, and sorry, I'm in my after."
Yeah, and then man, growth. You're gonna get corrected. You're gonna get a rebuke. You're gonna get embarrassed. I mean, things are gonna happen, but you learn from it. And if somebody's trying to embarrass you just out of because they don't like you or they make themselves look good, they think by making you look bad. Well, God gonna get them for that.
Right.
But you learn from that, and then your mind says, "All right, well, I don't need to be around you. If you don't have nothing good to say about me, every time I see you, you pointing out any faults or shortcomings. That's not good. That ain't God.
Right.
Sometimes it's good not to say nothing. I see things wrong with people and directions that people have taken that got them on the wrong way. I don't beat them up or criticize them. I don't always say something positive. Give people compliments. Because if all you say is negative things about people, they're gonna learn from you and they're gonna make it to the top where you still gonna be looking up, still trying to find something wrong with them. So always do your uttermost to compliment people more than you criticize them, and do your best to make the criticism be constructive criticism.
Mm.
And then why I gotta always see something wrong with you, T, or you that are tuning in. Why do I have to always yet, if I dwell on complimenting you, if I dwell on complimenting you all, now when I have to say something that's not complimentary, now you can accept it better. Y'all follow what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But know that you're gonna have to overcome that. It's a sign of growth. Thank you so much, Steph. That is powerful. That's powerful. And I know you're growing because I've seen it all of your life pretty much. All right, what we got?
So the Tanya comes up saying sometimes people can't see the bad in themselves because
Wow.
they've been acting like that for so long.
True.
And people just pass it off as if they just who they are instead of holding them accountable for their actions. Okay, so before I want to
Wow,
comment,
that's good. Thank you, Tanya.
that's really good.
Good
Tanya.
stuff.
So it's a show called Bar Rescue, and it's this guy named John Terry. He helped try to save people from try to help people from their bar from failing. So there's one guy, he's all into the punk rock scene. I forgot what city they was in, but the guy was so headstrong of keeping it punk rock and say, hey, people say, hey, you gotta change and adapt for the times. We can keep it we keep the little edges of it, but I'm not here for the punk rock business. I'm here to make business, help you make money to save you from failing.
Right.
Sadly, the guy was so headstrong in his emotions and one like, no, it's gotta be this way. The bar failed. And the point I'm making, I like was like sometimes it's like sometimes people just be so stuck on themselves and want to do what they want to do instead of just
That's right.
listen for the help from an expert.
Yeah, and that's basically what Tanya's saying.
Yeah.
Really, in all honesty, that's what's wrong. One of the things that's wrong with our country and our president,
Yeah.
because the people around him won't show him
Oh, yeah.
his faults. He be wrong. A child can tell he's wrong, and they compliment him on wrong, and they try to, as Minister Rick said earlier, they play with the words,
Yeah.
to try to make
They
it right.
bad from time to time.
Absolutely. And you don't help the situation. All right, what else we got?
Got-
Rick said spin. They put a spin on it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Trinity comes with a saying, encouraging yourself, especially when everyone and everything seems to be against you, can also help you achieve success.
That's right. You gotta have that element of encouraging yourself.
Mhm.
Thank you, Trinity. That's some good stuff. All right, what else we got?
Mr. Ray comes with a saying, success is trying to say it right, instrumental
Incrementally.
for me, moving in my purpose when I am supposed to be on top of the list, top
That's
of my list.
That's right. You know, and again, man, focusing. That's good, preacher. I love it. And focusing plays a very
Yeah.
huge part in that. All right, what else we got?
We got from cousin Keisha. She comes with us saying, "I learned that God can and will deliver me in my in
Yes,
test,
yes,
trials, or situations
yes,
I'm in."
yes. And we got to learn how not to allow a test take it personal the wrong way,
Mhm.
even if it's coming through a person. You got to learn how to, know what Keisha just said. The God gonna deliver me out of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
God gonna deliver me. If the devil is using a person, and look, man, we gonna have some good stuff next week talking about these spirits. If God is using a person to come against you, you got to recognize. If you recognize it, you can handle it better.
Yeah.
If you recognize it, you got to handle it better, especially when you know that you can retaliate in your flesh,
Mhm.
but give God a chance to show you how much of God He is to you. All right, what else we got?
Victor comes back saying, I feel like success is working on your character.
Yes,
Patience,
sir.
forgiveness, humility, self control, kindness, and honesty are spiritual growth.
So what you trying to take over the program,
They
Vic?
trying to be MVP tonight.
Amen.
They
That's
trying
some
to be MVP.
that's some great stuff, Vic. That's
Good
some
stuff,
yes,
man.
sir.
Good stuff.
Working on yourself. Then he gives us the things to work on yourself with. Absolutely right. I would to God that the whole world, not just the church world,
Mhm.
will work on themselves, or what the Bible called the golden rule:
Yeah.
do unto others as you would do unto yourself. Now, some people, they'll do unto others like they won't do to themselves.
Yeah.
They examine others, but they won't examine themselves. They'll talk about other people's emotions, but they won't talk about their emotions. Good, Vic. Thank you, son. That's good stuff. All right.
Rich says no. Continue on with Sister Kenyatta. She says, "So I'm learning about the spirit of defeat. It has you starting just to stop.
Yep.
It brings on
Yep.
the emotion of anxiousness, then fatigue, which causes you to get into a cycle of unmanaged decisions that pauses or stops completely just when you learn to unlearn."
Wow. I like the cycle of unmanaged
Mhm.
decisions, emotions. And you hear that key word is unmanaged. Your stuff we like to manage, but when you get in these cycles where things are unmanaged, I like that. That is really good, Kenyatta. That's good, daughter. You get in these cycles where things are unmanaged. It really it doesn't have, not only it doesn't have a face, but it doesn't have a direction.
Right.
So now it goes back to what we were saying earlier. You can't control something if you don't know what it is. You can't control something if you don't put directions on it.
Right.
So that's good. That's good stuff. So it goes back to what Vic's saying, and I think Marcinda said it earlier. And Kiki, got to work on ourselves.
Yeah.
Got to. All right. What else we got?
Speaking of tequila, she said, absolutely, compliments and positive words shouldn't hurt when it comes from the heart.
Yeah. Like for instance, I can look at all of y'all on here: Rick, Kenyatta, Vic, uh, Keisha, Kiki, Marcinda, all of y'all, Tanya, everybody on here that I've seen. I know if y'all say something to me and it hurt me or it offend me, I know y'all. And I know none of you all would purposely try to hurt me or offend me. So now, if I blast or jump out of this box and come against you, now something wrong with me,
Mhm.
because I should be able to look at your heart and know that you're not that type of person. Now, if I can look at that and about you, I should be able to look at that about me. I don't try to hurt people. So T, if I say something to hurt you, I ain't trying to hurt you. So why would I condemn myself? I can apologize for you telling me that I hurt you or offended you. But I can say, hey, I didn't mean to do that. And I can say it with a good conscience because I know I didn't try to do it. And
Right.
that's something that we got to learn, y'all. All of this is being successful. Is learn how when you're saying something from a pure heart. Who just said that? When you're saying something from a good heart, a pure place, you got to learn how not to beat yourself up. You know, because you know that you weren't. Was that my sender? You weren't.
I think it's,
You weren't trying to hurt anyone. It's vitally important.
yeah.
All right. Well, we can go to the next comment.
We have
Man,
right
time go
here. He
fast.
says, that's right. Being successful is to be asking God for guidance, and He will let you know.
Yep.
Also, there will be stumbling blocks.
Yep.
You have
Yep.
to be ready for mistakes,
Yep.
hard times, and disappointments. However, you have to stay positive, stay focused, stay consistent in prayer. And remember, there is room for learning new things every day.
Yep.
I've been in the business for 14 years and I still have issues, still learning, but I talk to God every day and pray for guidance,
Yeah.
understanding, wisdom, and the courage to admit to it if I'm in the wrong. God will guide you.
Amen. Absolutely. As many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. That's some good stuff, Ed. And like you say, he's been in his business for 14 years and still stuff
Right.
pop up.
Right.
You know you can have a plan and put a plan together. You can be following it to a T, like building a house or anything, and something to pop up that wasn't on your planning sheet. How do you know how to deal with that? Do you know how to handle it? Do you know how to handle stuff when you come to somebody and thinking they're going to say yes and they say no, thinking they're going to help you and they don't help you? How do you handle that? Do you take it to the point now? You know, do you take it to the point to where you be like, "Man, I can't believe they done that. I can't believe they haven't done it." All right, it's all right to express that, but now at some point it happened. They did that. They said no. So now you can't. You should learn from it. Sometimes that means some people you ask for something, they ain't gonna give it to you when they have the power to do it, or they just maybe don't have the power. But you got to be prepared. You know, the to me, one of the biggest misconstrued words in the English vocabulary is no.
Mhm.
People don't know how to say no, and then people get offended when they're told no.
Mhm.
If you're consistently offended when someone tells you no, it's really because you don't know how to say no. And you got to learn how to say no when you need to now.
Mhm.
And then you got to learn how to accept a no. You got to. All of these are signs of growth and success. No to you shouldn't be overwhelming. It shouldn't be a deal breaker. What I mean by deal breaker, if I ask Terrence, you know, say, and I'm just using this as an example. Say I need $100 and I think or I know or I feel that Terrence have it. And I say, can I borrow $100? And he tell me no for whatever reason. Then it shouldn't make me dislike him. I shouldn't have an attitude at him because he told me no. I'm telling you this because that's what people do. I know he got it. I don't know why he didn't give it to me. You know, whatever the reason is, when you can say, okay, man, appreciate you listening to me. You're going about your business, you're showing signs of growth. You're showing that you know how to deal with that word no, that little two-letter word. So powerful. You got to learn how to accept it, you got to learn how to say it. And then also, you know, anyway, we'll move on. Go to. I'm taking up some time.
Sometimes I said, I don't mind. I don't mind you pulling my coattails
Right.
to help me,
Absolutely.
but don't attempt to attack me or beat me down.
Absolutely.
Just because you see me in a fall.
Absolutely. Good point. Thank you, Tanya. Once I've said to you, or once you've said to me, maybe you could have said that different, or you could have handled that different. You ain't got to tell me no more. I heard you.
Right.
So if you keep coming at me or, you know, whacking me upside my head, I can't believe you done it and whatever. Hey, if I'm the one that done it or I'm the one that's hurt, I feel it more than you do.
Right.
So I don't need you to keep. Thank you, Tanya.
Yep.
That's some good stuff, and it's so true. Read.
Cousin Keisha comes with a saying, I don't like to offend or anyone. It makes me feel
Yeah.
sad. I told
Yeah,
Kayla recently before she speak, make sure it's not hurtful or it will
absolutely.
anger or it won't anger anyone.
Absolutely. It's good teaching too. Boy, them kids gonna be phenomenal because you phenomenal, Keisha. For real. All right, what else we got?
Careful to the time again, come with a saying the spirit of offense could be operating in a person that can't receive constructive criticism.
Now, you know what? We got to we do we have any more
We
comments?
got one more for
All
stuff.
right, I'm gonna conclude with that constructive spirit
Yeah,
of
yeah.
constructive criticism is ooh man. All right, go ahead with that.
And finally, for stuff we had, if I know I have the power and the capacity to say no, I shouldn't be surprised or hurt to be told to be heard. No.
So all right, I'm telling you what I told Vic. Would you try and take over the program, Steph?
Everybody trying to be MVP
Yeah, yeah, man, come on, you can have it.
today.
You know, you great comment. Absolutely. Hey, but I want to hang my hat tonight and conclude on what Tanya said. The spirit of offense could be operated in people that are trying to be negative.
Yeah.
It could be operating in. See, we're motivated by spirit, either the spirit of God, the spirit of the devil, and sometimes our own emotions. Now, I want to show you the powerful spirit of God. Let me show you the spirit of the devil first. Remember when Jesus? Think about it. He was in the wilderness fasting, and the scriptures say the devil came in and knew he was hungry, and said, "If you be the son of God, if you be the son of God, make these stones turn into bread." And Jesus told him, you shouldn't tempt the Lord thy God, and he wouldn't do it. But I'm showing you the power of the spirit of the devil. He was able to tell Jesus, took him up on the temple, showed him all the kingdoms of the world, all the kingdoms of the world. Y'all hear that? And the glory that went with them. It said, if you bow down and worship me, I give you all. So the devil has power, but God said all power in heaven and earth is given unto him. So his power obviously supersedes the power of the devil. But we're motivated, handalaboko shata, by spirits. And one of the things that bothers me with people that are preachers or teachers, sometimes people know how to do great research and they know how to articulate what they've researched. And so they can talk or teach really well because they have this gift of articulation or they have this gift of retention, and then they know how to articulate what they've retained. This is how Malcolm X was. Think about this. He went to prison and he couldn't read. He learned how to read in prison. And he knew how to retain what he read. And then when he got out, he knew how to articulate what he read. And I disagree with like 99% of the stuff he said. But he knew how to articulate it. This is my point.
Mhm.
And so when someone know how, and I know I'm gonna get some think call me Malcolm X haters. I'm not a hater.
Mhm.
The 1%, it was phenomenal. But here's my point. You got people that can preach like that. They know how to go to all of the Bible colleges. They know what seminaries to go to. I call it, you might as well went to a cemetery, and they retain stuff and they know how to articulate it. Just because you could retain it and articulate it, don't mean it's from God. And so Jesus gave us the greatest example when he said in Luke chapter 4, verse 18, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, key, for he has anointed me to preach, to be a gospel preacher, ordained and called by God. You don't have to be like my daddy say, hooping and howling. You don't have to be screaming and all animated, but you got to be anointed. He said, the Spirit of God is upon me, for he anointed me to preach. And so my point is, we should be anointed preachers by God. The Spirit of God should be upon us to anoint us to preach. And it should not be by motivation of our intellect or our IQ, or we see it as the Bible called it a hireling. We see it as a great way to get income. Should not be like that. And then I conclude with this. What is that? I think it's 2 Timothy 2, Second Timothy, I'm sorry, I think it's 1:7, where God says he has not, listen to the language, he's not given us the spirit of fear. So he plainly tells us that fear is a spirit. He say, but of love, of power, and of a sound mind. So that lets me know that I can have a spirit of love, I can have a spirit of power, and I can have a spirit of a sound mind. God does not run his people crazy. Now that don't mean that we don't have mental and emotional challenges, but at some point it need to be sound. It need to be solid. One more scripture. Now we're going to talk about these next week, Lord willing. In 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 14, it talks about the evil spirit that entered into Saul after the spirit of God left. And after that, Saul's whole life. And think about it, dear hearts, and we talked about this in the past. He kept his title, he kept his position, kept the throne, but he was governed by an evil spirit. You got folk that once had it, but no longer have it.
Mhm.
Amen. Are y'all hearing me? I mean, they really had it, but they no longer have it. You know, I pray and I would love to think that, and I'm only talking about this because it's public knowledge, that Carlton Pearson made it in. I loved his ministry before he turned, but he changed. He once had it, and then something happened. So my point is, if you have it, keep it. Stay sound, stay solid, and we're gonna get in all these spirits. How not to believe every spirit. So God, don't you believe everything that's talking to you?
Mhm.
Don't believe everything that you dream about. Don't believe every prophecy. We're going to get into all of that. Bible says, believe not every spirit, but try them, test them, whether they be of God or not. And you do not test or try the spirit by the spirit. You try the spirit by the word of God. So we're going to dive into all of that. We're going to talk about the spirit of intercessory prayer, the spirit of love, the spirit of power, all of those things. It's going to be great. You do not want to miss next week. So make sure you stay tuned in, and we got to go. I love y'all to life. I don't love you to death. And as I often say, if it was no you, there'll be no need for me. So thank y'all for your time. I appreciate it. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. And I thank God for you. Always remember, someone can be reliable, but if they're bringing you a story that at that moment may be a lie and they're not aware of it, they're not reliable at that point. They are relying. Always make sure your sources are reliable. On the behalf of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and my lovely wife, entire ministerial staff, until next time, remember to go with God. God will go with you. God bless you.